If you're thinking about downsizing your home, you may be wondering what to do with the proceeds. And one of the options you may be considering is whether to contribute the funds to superannuation and take advantage of the many tax advantages it provides. Your options will depend on your circumstances, and you should seek advice from a professional, as the penalties for getting it wrong can be quite severe. Broadly speaking though, the options you'll have available will depend on your age. For those of you under the age of 65, you may be able to take advantage of both the concessional and non-concessional contribution caps. Depending on your individual circumstances, including what contributions you've already made, you may be able to contribute as much as $325,000 to super. You need to be careful though, as how much you contribute does count towards the contribution caps, and if you were to exceed them, the penalties are extremely heavy. For those of you over the age of 65, you may also be able to take advantage of the concessional and non-concessional contribution caps. However, there are some restrictions, particularly if you're not working anymore. Failing that though, being over the age of 65, you may also be able to take advantage of the downsizer contribution rules. So what are the downsizer contribution rules, and what do you need to do to be eligible? Well, for one, you need to be over the age of 65. Secondly, the amount you're contributing needs to be from the proceeds of selling your home. In addition to that, you'll need to have owned the home for a period of 10 or more years prior to the sale. Also, the sale will need to be exempt, or at least partially exempt, from capital gains tax, which is usually the case if it's your home. Next, you'll need to make the contribution within 90 days of the sale. And lastly, you'll need to provide your super fund with a downsizer contribution form. If you do happen to meet these criteria, and there are a couple others as well, you may be able to contribute up to $300,000 to your super. There are some factors that you'll need to consider though before making the contribution, so make sure you get some advice or speak to the Australian Tax Office. So what are some of the benefits of contributing the funds to super? Well, for one, your funds will be invested and likely benefit from superior long-term returns compared to savings accounts or term deposits. Depending on how much you contribute, you could make significant tax savings on the investment returns. And lastly, you may be able to start a pension with the funds contributed and draw a tax-free income in your retirement. Downsizing your home can be a great way to build your retirement assets. For some, it may be the difference between them living the retirement they want or not being able to. For others, it could be the way to retire earlier than originally planned. If you're contemplating downsizing your home and whether to contribute to superannuation, please feel free to give us a call and/or book an appointment.